Hey everybody, welcome back to the Preserves. On today's video we are going through and gonna start the build on this epiphone Les Paul that I won off of Goodwill. What we're going to do is I've already taken all the components out of that guitar and all that, and I'll explain that right now. So I posted a short up about what the viewers wanted, and the viewers have spoken. So originally I had three different kinds of pickups set for what I should put in this guitar. And so you guys spoke and you decided you wanted the Zebra. Two of you did. And then the Dirty Finger. So what we're going to do is the majority of you wanted the Zebra and the Dirty Finger in there, and the other comment that I had, which I only had 3 comments of how to do this guitar, which I'm kind of throwing back about because I had 600 and some odd views on it, but I only got 4 comments on the whole thing. And so one guy had mentioned that we should black it out. So we're going to make everybody happy, and we're going to put the Zebra and the Dirty Fingers in, and we're going to black this guitar out. So as you can tell, I've taken the tuners off. I took the chrome tailpiece off. I put all black already on there, because as you seen, I had on the video, I had the black tailpieces, and I was going to use these tuners that were locking tuners, but number one, they're cheaper and whatnot, and the ones that were on there, I can't remember what I did with them, but I have the ones that I took off were not the original either, and so we're gonna go with black ones. I ordered these up. We're gonna go with black ones, the original style of drill screw holes. I've got black, all black knobs. I ordered up because I didn't have any of the screws that went with the pickups. I must have used them for a different project, but they were, I believe, chrome anyway. So I went and ordered up some black pickup screws, and we've got, I found some of these in my stash, the black pickup rings. So basically we're gonna block this guitar out with the Zebra in the neck position and the Dirty Finger in the bridge. And then we're gonna wire up the circuit a little bit different than what I would normally do for a guitar. We're going to put a tone bleed circuit on the volume pot, and on the tone pot we're going to make it so that when you turn the guitar down, you're not rolling off all of those highs, and so you get a nice clean roll off when you roll the tone down, so you're still getting that brightness out of the guitar that you would like. And so what this is gonna do for us is it's gonna make, because these pickups are super hot, this is in the neck position is an 8.8 ohm And this one, believe it or not, is a 16.8 ohm pickup. And so it's going to be a super hot guitar. And so I wanted a way to make it so that when you were turned up or turned down, you don't get a muddy sound out of it. Let me get into getting set up here. We're going to put the tuners on first, and then we'll start on the circuit, and I'll show you where we're at from there. Okay, so I got all my tuners back in, and what I've gone ahead and did, as I know you probably can't see it too well, let me back up, but for the holes for the other ones, I just took some paint, some model paint, and just dabbed it in the holes a little bit. Later I'll come back and I'll put a toothpick in there with a little bit of glue, and I'll clip the toothpick right off at the thing, and then repaint the toothpick. Now on these style of tuners, they're not sealed back, so what I do is I go ahead and take some kind of a lubricant. I've got the WD-40 here, and I just spray a little tiny dollop in there, so just so these tuners will free up and stay lubrified, and they'll be all nice and whatnot. So now we've got the beginnings of our blacked out guitar. We've got our black tuners, got our black tailpiece and bridge, and the next step is to take off these chrome strap nuts and put on our strap locks. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so now we are blacked out. We've got our strap locks on. Alright, so as you can see, I've got pretty much all my wires wired up to where they're gonna go, and I've got my tone bleed circuit here, and I don't have my circuit on my tone stack yet, my tone roll off. I didn't have the value I wanted. Alright, let me move these out of the way so you can see. Okay, so now we've got our tone stack right on this side instead of our ground side. We've got our tip running to number 2. We've got our sleeve running to ground. We've got our bridge ground right here. We've got our other ground that's going to come in and be right there as well. And then our 2 grounds from our pickups will also go there, but what we're going to do before we do any of that is we're going to ground all of our grounds together before we get them onto the pot, so that way it's just easier to get onto the pot itself. We're using the big soldering iron today, so just going to go ahead and hit the tip up a little bit so we got some solder on it, and then we'll just flow everything down. Make sure that that's all connected real nice, like so. Get down in there. Alright, so we've got all that soldered together. Now our it's nice and stable, everything's good on there. Alright guys, so you can see that's a mess of a solder job there, but it's gonna work. Probably one of the ugliest solder jobs I've ever done, if I'm being honest. It's freaking trash. That is trash. And we're going to our tone pot now. We're just soldering our lead from, what is it? number 1 to our number 2 on our tone pot, and we have to wait for our capacitor to come in tomorrow for our Alright, I think we're good there. So stay tuned, we'll bring you back for the next installment. It looks like we got a little chip right here on the, I didn't notice that before, but we'll clean everything up. We'll make sure that the neck is straight, and if not, we'll adjust the truss rod and all that hooey pooey before we get into stringing her up real good. And then after it's strung up, then we'll adjust the string height and all that guff, and make sure that everything is for a playable guitar. Okay, so it's the next day, and my package with my capacitors has been delayed, and so I didn't want to wait any longer, and so I went ahead and took 2 capacitors that I had. I know this looks funny, but I've got a film box capacitor and just a regular polypropylene film capacitor. The polypropylene is a 0.01 microfarad, and the film box is a 5.6 nanofarad, and together that makes a 0.0156 farad capacitor in parallel, which is right around the same as what I was trying to order for the other ones, and I don't really want to wait to get this guitar finished up because I've got other projects. So we're within the tolerance of a normal capacitor. So we're gonna go ahead and get that soldered up and get this guitar finished up. The backing plate for the cavity should be here today. I'm not too worried about that, but we're gonna get this soldered up so we can get the strings on the guitar and finish up this project, because we're on day 3 of waiting for parts. They were all supposed to come at the same time, but and then something happened. I don't know what's going on, but anyway. Now it's time to give her a test. Slide the guitar up a little bit. Now it's time to give the neck a good cleaning. Clean everything up before we put some strings on it, and then go from there. Let's plug her in, see how she sounds. You see how when you roll that volume knob off, you don't lose any of... You don't lose any of that brightness. Pretty nice. So there you have it. From nothing to something. Complete and totally blacked out. Let me get you further away so you can see it better. So from no pickups, the tailpiece was missing, shitty pots in there, we changed out the pots. This one needs to be cleaned. It has been sitting for a while, so we'll just go ahead and clean her up. We did a light fret work on it, just re-crowned them, polished them up, and then conditioned the fretboard, cleaned it up a little bit. We dropped in a Dragonfire Zebra and a Dirty Finger, and she sounds pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, she sounds pretty good. I'll do a full demo on this guitar in the other room later on, but there you go. Blacked out guitar. Blacked out guitar. Blacked out tuners. We're just waiting on the cover for our electronics cavity, and she's done. We had to order a couple of parts. We had to order the electronics cavity, and we had to order the tuners. But other than that, we had everything else on hand to do this job. Pretty decent guitar. Pretty good find. I got a sister guitar to the SG now, and that's gonna be all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, guys. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and leave a comment what you thought about the video choice on this. What would have you done different to this guitar? Thanks for watching, and peace.